Seattle City Council has decided to pull a whopping $3 billion of funding from Wells Fargo over Wells Fargo's involvement with DAPL. Okay, so this is interesting, and it shows you what happens in some liberal parts of town. The Seattle Times reported that the city's Affordable Housing, Neighborhoods, and Finance Committee voted Wednesday to pull $3 billion in city funds from Wells Fargo Bank, one of the companies subsidizing the pipeline's construction. Now, for those of you who have been following the story closely since the beginning, you know what's going on, but let me fill you in if you haven't. So the Dakota Access Pipeline is a heavily contested pipeline that would be built in Native American areas, and Native Americans have been protesting it because it could potentially add toxic substances to their drinking water, and they're also worried about sacred burial grounds being disrupted in the process of constructing the pipeline. Now, in December, the protesters won a victory when the Obama administration decided to halt construction so an environmental study and statement could be done in order to prove that this construction wouldn't actually cause any damage to the environment. However, Trump has a vested interest to continue the construction, so as soon as he was inaugurated, he made clear that he would allow construction to continue. So construction will continue, unfortunately. And the Seattle City Council is like, well, why don't we protest this with the power of money and actually pull $3 billion out of Wells Fargo? So in a statement, Wells Fargo reportedly stressed that it is contractually bound to fulfill its legal obligations to its customer, highlighting both the small fraction of DAPL's total funding it contributed and the bank's environmental contributions. Wells Fargo insisted on its commitment to, quote, environmental sustainability and human rights. Okay, so Wells Fargo's like, hey, we're just doing our jobs, man. Like, don't punish us. But Wells Fargo has been caught up in a lot of shady drama as of late.
It is basically the same. Wells Fargo is this, obviously, it's a huge bank. So they're like, hey, man, you're going to pull out of our, the Seattle City whole funding is going to pull out of what we provide. I mean, it's not our fault, man. We're a huge corporation. What am I going to do about it? We only provide 5%, I think they mentioned. I looked at their whole statement. But before they got into even those parts of saying, they played both sides of it so much. We gave $3.8 million to nonprofits. $248.5 million to community development loans and investments. And then also, we only give a little bit to this whole DAPL thing. Oh, and then also, by the way, we also give money to solar and wind energy generated things and all these companies that make this. So we give a lot to them too. Yeah. And at the end, the whole statement, we hope that all parties involved will work together to reach a peaceful resolution. So it's like, we do this, we do that, we do that, and we're out of it. It's just, it's all you can do at that point when you're that large of a corporation. Yeah. Like, we're involved in it, we're involved in this. Can you still like us?
So this is what I like about this story is how local government was able to mobilize and organize and make change.
Yes.
However, it is kind of a distraction. Jayar makes a really good point because the change that they made is like a drop in the bucket for Wells Fargo. It's a powerful statement to other local governments that you can affect change, but with regards to DAPL, it doesn't do much, unfortunately, because Wells Fargo is one of 17 financiers and also contributes, they say, less than 5% of their total funds for DAPL. So it's just the tip of the iceberg, but it's a very important iceberg to start noticing and to start reacting to and get proactive about. So that's what I like about this story, that local government was able to make a change. But we need to see other local governments get inspired and see, all right, we can organize this together in a peaceful way and make our voices heard. Because one constituency is small and doesn't make a huge impact, but a bunch will, and then Wells Fargo will listen. Because right now, Jayar, you're exactly right. They sort of put out a press release and they're like, you got us, and that's it.
Right.
And they're not really going to make any change because this doesn't actually enforce or pressure them to make any serious changes with where they're contributing.
Right. But I think this is the tip of the iceberg, and I think that this is change through leadership, and leadership is important in moments like this. So will Seattle's actions cause a domino effect, and will we see other liberal metropolitan areas throughout the country take action and decide to divest from institutions like Wells Fargo? I hope, right? There's no guarantee that that'll happen, but regardless of that, I think that Seattle wins in so many different ways because they are showing that they are representing their constituents, because their constituents were essentially the ones who called for this to happen. We have a video, let's play it for B-roll, showing them, protesting Seattle's investment into Wells Fargo. And I love that the lawmakers there on a very hyper-local level decided to hear them, listen. And so for anyone who's as disillusioned and discouraged by, federal level politics as I am, get active on a local level, because those representatives, whether it's the city council, assembly members, or state lawmakers, those are the individuals that actually do listen to you and they hear you out, and you have more access to them. You can start with a grassroots effort and try to get them to hear your concerns and take real action like Seattle did recently.
If you want to see this happen, donate $3, $20, $27, whatever you can afford. You know that if everybody that's watching this video donated right now, we could stop the fundraising because we'd have enough. So go to TYTnetwork.com/go. We'll wait while you make the donation. Thank you for doing it and for building a great new journalism team. And thanks for watching.